You're watching the 2025 SCAC Fall Media Days. Today, we're taking a look at the University of Dallas women's soccer program. The Crusaders will be led as they head into the season under the guidance of head coach Jeremiah Narvaez, as well as leadership from senior Nevaeh Coronado. And Coach Nevaeh, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us on. Appreciate it.
Coach, we'll open things up with you. It was announced back in May as you take over as the head coach of this program, no stranger to this team and this group, as you served as an assistant over the previous 2 years. But I'm just interested in that transition. What has it been like these last couple of months as you prepared to take over in that head coaching role? And just ultimately, how excited are you to be here at the start of this new season and jumping into 2025?
Yeah, no, I'm really humbled, Russell, at the opportunity to be able to lead the program. As you mentioned, you having been here for 2, 3 seasons. So in terms of that transition, I think it's been helpful because obviously the girls have an affiliation and a comfort with me ahead of that. Really what changes is just my title, as it were. Me as an individual, as a coach, how they've known me in our relationships. The strength of those, it's going to remain the same and hopefully grow a little bit in that way. Um, it's been good because I can come in and have an idea of who's in the group, how they play and what they do, and I don't have to go through that sort of time to figure that out. So that's been great. The challenge as well is I do remove some biases maybe that I had before, give everyone a clean slate, but really overjoyed, humbled, and excited this opportunity.
They obviously a big season for you coming into your senior year. I'm just sort of interested in your mindset coming into this camp. Is there a sense of urgency, and how has Coach Nevaeh, maybe challenged this team in his new role, and how has the group responded to those challenges early on in preseason?
Absolutely. I'm super excited coming into senior year. It came quicker than I could have ever imagined. I mean, over the summer, I kept myself busy. So we came right in and got started on senior year. I think that our principles are pretty much the same, but still we really emphasize them this year with Coach Maya. We are trying to just start kind of fresh, and I think it's kind of good for the program that we're gonna kind of see things in a new light and take things and grow together as a team. We have newcomers, of course, so just bring them in and kind of teaching them our culture of the team that we have. We, of course, have a lot of returners still here, and I think that everybody's working really well to have this transition. We kind of saw it in the spring semester. Seeing how it was going to shift, but I think everybody was very positive with it and super excited. And I know I'm super stoked of how things are going to go. I think things are already heading in a great direction for us. So I'm super excited to see where the season takes us and how it's going to go.
Coach, you kind of talk about that transition period, and now fully being immersed here in this preseason. I'm just sort of wondering what that message has been as you sort of start to put your fingerprints on this program, take over that leadership spot. What's been the message to this group in preseason as you start to lay the foundation of this year going into 2025?
Yeah, I think a challenge, Russell, is that you can come into a space and want to do too much too quickly. So we've kept it very, very simple in the terms of what we wanted to do. At base, the point is to compete. So we want to make sure we improve on ourselves, both as individuals, as a team, as a program, to make sure that we compete at a higher level. And then objectively, can we start to climb the ladder of the conference and make the conference stronger and a little bit more relevant within the region as well? That's a big challenge that we're going to have. And it starts every day in training.
Nevaeh, coming off of an outstanding season last year as a junior, really a career year for you in terms of earning 11 starts on the season. You have a career high in terms of goals with 4, career high in terms of points with 8. Earned honorable mention All SCAC honors as well. I'm just would like to hear kind of what that season does for you, just in terms of your confidence in building that coming into this year's senior season, and what have you continued to work on throughout the course of the off season to sort of build upon the success that you had last year coming into this season.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Russell. I was going off of a new position from last season, which I'm really grateful that I had the opportunity to go into that position because I think it set a new standard for myself and it helped to build up the team as well, being within the center mid. So I really just took it and I keep wanting to build onto what I had created last season without trying to put too much pressure on myself. So this summer I just went and worked on the tactical things that I knew that I needed to work on individually, so that way I can bring it up onto the field as well and just continue to grow in that new position that I was playing in. I haven't played it for years, so just working on the main things that I needed to for that. And I really did do that this summer. So I feel confident going in and still playing that same position that I'll be able to hold strongly and just keeping that standard for myself without putting too much pressure, seeing a positive light, and working with the whole team to do that as well to help me and back me in where I'm at.
Coach, I know we're early on here in preseason, but as you start to grow and learn with this new group, what are some, whether it be veterans, some of the newcomers, some faces that you expect to kind of still grow in, fill some of these bigger shoes, folks that you'll be able to lean on in terms of, leaders, and will make a big impact within this squad here going into the season?
Absolutely. I mean, straight off the young woman right next to me is going to be a big part of that. Not so much just as a senior and her performance, but just her personality and leadership, and her ability to help, as you mentioned, those newcomers grow. It's going to be sort of a group effort. We have Kim Esparza that as well plays in the central midfield with Nevaeh alongside her. We're fortunate to bring in a newcomer in Kathy Mungia, who's a transfer, and we expect a lot from her. As well, we have Haley Klein, who's going to play in a wide area, and we feel with those two really strong threats in those areas. And then leading from the back, Ella Charles in goal is going to be expected to lead the lines back there. Those, along with the newcomers, fresh faces, really the groups come together. It's a really good atmosphere at the moment, 5-6 days in, and everyone's going to have a role, and we expect them to lead regardless of their either age or their class.
Coming into this senior season, as one of the leaders, I'm sort of interested, when people hear University of Dallas women's soccer program, what do you hope that they associate with when they hear that, and kind of, expand on maybe some of the goals that this group has, going into 2025 and what's going to be key to accomplishing those?
The biggest thing that's always been most important that I've seen throughout the years of what the team holds closest to them is our bond that we have, the connection we have on and off the field, and our culture, our team culture that we have. It's always been so important to all the girls, the coaches, to Coach Maya when he was assistant, now as head coach. It's super important. I think that's what holds us different than most teams, is that we can say that we do have that close-knit team bond, whether it's doing stuff outside of practice together or working together on the field. That is so important to all of us. And I think that's one of the main things that you need to be able to compete on and off the field, to do good in school, to help each other out. That's one of the things that keeps us strong and keeps us heading in the direction that we want to go into. Our goals is just to continue to build that, bring in the newcomers, just show our leadership, show that we're here to support each other, that we focus on individual efforts, but those individual efforts will build the entirety of the women's soccer team.
Coach Maya, as we wrap up with you, it's just exciting kind of hearing yourself and one of the leaders within your program just talk about all the buzz that's going on there in Irving and leading up into this 2025 season. So just, giving you the last word, your first, season as the head coach of this program. You've been around this group, but now taking over officially as the manager here. What are you most excited about? What do you want fans and supporters of this team to know as you start to ramp things up and get prepared to go into this new journey?
Absolutely. I wanted them to know that this is a group that's going to represent this university, this city of Irving, and Dallas as a whole really well in terms of its competition. They're going to fight. They're going to compete. They're going to claw. There's not going to be anything that they haven't done to show that they are truly representative of the University of Dallas. The integrity of the group is something that we really, really pride ourselves on. Honest effort. And then more than anything, what Nevaeh said, which is the group continues to be and will strengthen that connectivity that they have within each other. It's a connected culture. I give credit to Lexi Stinson before me, who started to build that and carried it on. And it's something that I want to make sure that this group continues to have, and the fans and the players that support it know that it's there.
University of Dallas head women's soccer coach Jeremiah Narvaez, along with senior leadership from Nevaeh Coronado, Coach Maya, and the Crusaders will open up the 2025 campaign on August 29th when they take on Hardin Simmons. Coach Nevaeh, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck as you take forward throughout the rest of the season.
Appreciate it, Russell. Thank you for the time.
Thank you so much.